evening, everybody. This is Joyce from BoQ Creations. I hope everybody is having a wonderful evening. I am actually on early, so I started a little bit early. Hi, Diane. How are you? Hi, Belinda. Good evening. Good evening. Gives us a minute to chit chat. Hope you guys are safe in this weather. Oh my gosh. It was like 70 degrees and then it dropped down to 45 degrees. So I got the little heater on. It was kind of chilly here today. Hi, Michelle. Twice in one day. I know. I'm surprised you guys came back for more. Oh my goodness. It's 7 o'clock. Hello, Diana. Oh my hell. How are you? All right. Let's see. You love the class today? Well, I got more for you tonight. Yes. Hello, Anne. Our beautiful craft dealer. Thank you so much. You're so good for my self-confidence, Anne. Micah and I are waiting for you. Aw, hi, Micah. He's probably in bed now, huh? If not, and he's there. Hi, Micah. Thank you, Barb. We're going to do something different tonight now that I can show you guys exactly what I've been working on with this new ECD release. I can actually show you all the samples because I made some, but I couldn't show them because they were not hers. So, thank you. So you guys are going to get more. I thought, you know what? If you didn't see me on live today, oh, he's not yet. It's only 6 p.m. here. Oh, okay. Well, hi, Micah. Hi, Barb. How you doing? You hanging in there? Mindy says, love. Thank you. Thank you. You have no sound. Does anybody else not have sound? I guess not, because Diane answered me. Sorry, Cindy. I don't know what to say. What can Cindy do, guys? She has no sound. Can she reboot or... All good here? Okay. All right. So the first thing I'm going to do is put up the picture-in-picture because I want to show you... oops, my camera is a little tilted. Ooh, what is going on here? Sorry, guys. I'm trying not to make you sick at your stomach. All right. So here's the picture-in-picture. So let me get rid of that piece of paper, and then I can start showing you guys what I wanted to show you. Hi, Sybil. Watching, you just finished the ECD demo? Well, I'm going to show you more. Double check that you're not muted. Okay. We'll get Cindy squared away here in just a second. Okay. So, first and foremost, let me show you the beautiful book box that I did today. This was done with Elizabeth Craft Designs paper and watercolors. So we posted this video on the link on our Facebook page. So if you want to know how I did these with watercolors, you can go back and watch our video. Hi, Heather. You can go back and watch our ECD live from today because we put the link up for you. This is a book box, but it's made out of the Garden Party paper. Isn't that gorgeous paper? Very spring color. Very beautiful, but like I said, the paper was beautiful, but the flowers are the showstopper. So tonight I thought, okay, well, I showed you how to do a set in watercolors. Now I'm going to show you how to do a set in chalks. So I thought, you know what? The fun part about this paper is that you can use all of your mixed media stuff with it. So that's what I'm kind of loving. So there's one. Yes, Barb, I will be. Here is another one of the dies. This part is actually one of their dies along with that bow. This one was another one that I did with watercolors. You can see that they turned out very, very pretty. Today I'm going to do some blues tonight. This one was envelopes, actually, that I put together to create a kind of card flip wallet, if you will, and these are tags that go in here. You know, I just wanted to show that you could put a tag or something inside of there, maybe a gift card or something of that nature. And this is all that beautiful Garden Party paper. I thought, you know what, it could also be you know, like stick down into not a junk journal, but into a book or something, and then this could be a fold out. But the paper was so gorgeous, I just thought, you know what? That makes a really cute card. I didn't put paper on the back because I wasn't sure whether or not I was going to stick it down. But that is the doily from Annette Green's line. So I thought these were absolutely beautiful. I put Flower Soft in the centers, and you can just barely see these little itty bitty rhinestones on here that are so sparkly. So I'm hoping you guys, can you guys even see those? They're so small. I don't know if you can see them in the, oh, there they go. The light's catching it. So that is another project that I made with them. This one was a really, really fun one. I created a very nice background with some textured embossing powder and some splatter. And then I put those gorgeous flowers on top of one of those doilies. Isn't that cute? Yeah, I stamped it on directly on the doily itself. And then this one was the purple one. And I wasn't too excited about that one until I did this card. And then I thought, oh my gosh, this makes such a beautiful greenery. And the flowers were not hard to make, you know. And then I thought, that is a gorgeous slimline. And I grunged up her paper there on the corners. There's the Spring's Blessing banner. Gorgeous flowers in the background. And then we've got the beautiful sparkly centers and purple flowers on this one. So these are all samples that I've made, and tonight these are all done in watercolors. These are done in inks. This one's done with dye-based ink and a dauber. So I didn't do any of these yet with alcohol markers. So I thought, you know what? I normally do everything in alcohol markers, but tonight I'm going to try some chalks. So there we go. So I thought that I'd show you those first, and then we'll do some other flowers. I have this gorgeous embossing folder. What did you use for the previous card with the sparkly background? You must be talking about this one. This sparkly background is the shabby embossing powder that we sell, and it's kind of got speckles of heavy ultra thick embossing enamel in white, and then it's got some gold sparkle, so that's why I put it on a gold base like that. So zoom in, zoom out, ha ha ha. I zoomed in today and forgot that I was still zoomed in, Joseph. So this is one of the embossing folders, and I thought, you know what? How pretty if I put some red flowers on top of this. Isn't that gorgeous? I love this embossing folder. So we do have these in stock. If you guys like this embossing folder, we do have these in stock. And I just love the dimension on this. But tonight I'm going to show you guys some chalks. Look at this. Isn't that gorgeous? Oh, you got a big storm and heavy wet snow. Aw, I'm so sorry, you guys. This one I loved. This is one of our thimbles, I think it's called. Is that what it is? Spool. It's a spool. But what I liked most about this is look at these new little buds and little buds here. I love that. So we're going to be working on that one tonight. And I'm going to use chalks. So this time I thought, well, we've used paint. We've used markers. We've used watercolor paints. So tonight I'm going to create a card using chalks for my flowers. So I've got a nice 6x6 card base, and I'm going to decide, I haven't decided yet what I'm going to do for a background behind there, but I do know that I have a little bit of purple, I have a little bit of yellow, and I've got this kind of darker pink color in here. So I could really, and then plus some green and pink around the edge. So I could pretty much go with any color and they will fit. It will fit on there. So, guess I'm sending it to you. Oh my gosh, you guys. I'm so sorry you guys are having such awful weather. I will tell you that I had a telephone pole put in my backyard today, or electric pole put in my backyard today. That was the highlight of my morning. That was a lot of fun. Okay, so let's get busy with our chalks. First and foremost, I never, ever, ever make flowers without using this soft finish cardstock from ECD. We have it in stock. I don't use any other cardstock, so don't ask. No watercolor, not even our cardstock do I use for flowers. I must use this ECD soft finish cardstock because it has a texture to the front of it that is unrivaled by any paper I've ever used. So that's the first thing I want to say. The next thing that I want to show you is the blue flowers. And I haven't decided whether or not I want to do the yellow ones, which I think those are kind of cool. I could do that on this pink background, and I think that might look lovely. But I also have the other set. Where is it? I put everything. Where did I put everything? I thought I put it back in here. I guess I didn't. My dies went MIA. No, they didn't. They're right here. So that is Wildflower number 1 right here with a 5 petal. Then you've got Wildflower number 2, which is what we're going to work on tonight. This is a 6 petal. Then they also have 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that one goes to that. They also have this one coming out, which is the Frames and Elements. This is where the bow comes from, and then this lovely background here, and then you get 3 sizes of little kind of top note looking dies. And then this one is the one that I did today. It doesn't look anything like that flower. Doesn't look anything like it, but I just wanted to show you that you can use it for, it doesn't have to exactly look like the flower on the package. You're Mother Nature, you do it your way. So that I think is really, really cute. And that is Wildflower number 3. They have a lovely stamp set that goes with it. This is the one that I did not show today. It's not one of my favorites. It's called Wildflower number 4. Some people liked it, some people didn't. It's not my favorite, but it did come out nice on that other card. So, it is what it is. And then this one is Greenery Fillers. This one I love. We've been asking and asking if they would please give us some fillers to put in behind the flowers. And this one is the long awaited. I love the stems and sprigs. I'm going to be showing you tonight. Look, I made a pussy willow out of this piece. Isn't that cool? So I kind of thought that was a little bit neat. All right, so let's get busy, shall we? All right, so I've got a brush over here. I've got everything already cut out. So all we need to do is decide our color scheme. And I think I'm going to do the blue one because this one has the more challenging pieces in it. So I think I'm going to do that one. And I am going to need to cut out one of the sprigs for the blue one because I think I used it today. I did. I did use it today, so I'm going to have to cut out one of the sprigs for it. Not a problem, though, because I have my ECD cardstock right here. I know, I love the fillers, too. That was the most fun for me, was the fillers, figuring out, what we're going to do with it. So I'm just going to keep this right here off to the side because I want to keep my color scheme in mind. All right, let's get our die cut machine. Here we go. I had used my precision base plate earlier to cut some things out, but then I realized that when I use the precision base plate, it's not giving me those embossed lines because it's cutting too hard into that plate. So I'm using my regular plates right now, my regular sandwich. And I'm just going to cut out 2 of these because, quite honestly, I like my stems glued together. And I'll show you that in just a moment. Okay, so I would recommend, even though this is very thick cardstock, I still recommend doing 2 of them, especially for your stems, because, no, not yet, Mindy. Not yet. We are taking pre-orders for them. So if there's something that you want, add to cart. We'll send you the invoice. So we want to make sure that we have enough and that we've ordered enough to let everybody get what they want. So if there's something specific that you want, let us know and we shall get it in for you. All right, so I'm going to put this down on the floor. Hopefully I have enough flowers. I'm going to use my regular, just my regular art glitter glue, and I'm going to go ahead and glue these together. I want my stems to be really, really solid. You know what I mean? I want to make sure that they don't wrinkle or lift. So I'm just taking my precision tip here. Of course, I could use my glue gun, but by the way, the precision glue guns came in today, this afternoon, so they will for sure be going out in the morning for all of those who have pre-ordered them. They are going to be going out tomorrow. So yay, that's good news, good news. Yeah, I always like just my stems though, Belinda. I don't like to put them, I don't like to put my other ones, the flowers, because it makes it too hard to shape them. But because I am putting flowers on these, I want them to be secure, and I want the stems to be able to support the weight of all those flowers on it and not buckle. So that's why I always do 2 layers. And even though the ECD cardstock is really thick cardstock, and you could get away with 1, I just prefer to have 2. Okay. There we go. All right, so I'm going to let my glue set on that one first, and let's take a look at our flowers. I need a piece of white paper. I need a piece of white paper. Okay, here we go. Okay, so there are lots of pieces in this little one. There's leaves, lots of size flowers. Could you stack them? For sure. Absolutely. There we go. This is a big one. I know it's kind of hard to see these on here, but you guys will see in just a minute. But I need this piece of paper for my chalk so it doesn't. There we go. Okay. I got all of these set over here. Those are my leaves. Those are my little flowers. These are my buds. These are my opening buds. Okay. There we go. Now, I have pan pastels in all kinds of colors, but I'm going to use my hydrangea blend, which has a lot of blues in it, blues and purples. I may not use that dark purple though. All right, these are my pan pastels. Can you use other blues? Yes. Can you use other colors? For sure. I'm just using this set. Okay. Now I have little applicators that I have buried on my desk over here. If you have any other kinds of chalk, you can certainly use those. Okay, that's interesting. I had them earlier. They're in the black hole, you guys. Here they are. All right. I just use little makeup applicators, you know, from Dollar Tree or wherever. These are just the little eyeshadow, and I find that they work really well. All right, so Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to probably use the light blue, the lightest of the blue here. And I'm just going to take and tap it off. And I'm going to test out one of my, oh no, not the rabbit hole. So I'm just going to come in here, and you can see that beautiful texture on that cardstock. I should use my longer handled brush. And you can see the embossed lines in here as well. Okay, so I'm just coloring the paper. This is with the chalks now. And I'm rubbing it into the texture of the paper because that's going to help it look a little more realistic. I'm using a little more blue, rubbing all of that in. So I kind of have a bluish gray. Love that. Okay. Now this is just a test to see if I like this color. If I don't, then I have other pan pastels here that I can use. I have my gorgeous green. That's my favorite green. Oh, there's my light blue. I knew there was a light blue somewhere. Okay, let's do our light blue. And then I'm going to do yellow and gold in the center. To me, using chalks are so much fun. So much fun. You only have the white and chalk. Oh my goodness. All right, so now I can take my yellow and I can blend that in right on top of my blue. So there is my beginning of my flower. Isn't that cool? I love the way with chalks that you can blend them on top of one another. I'm going to see how my light blue looks, because that's what I really wanted to use. I just also want to show you that you can actually mix the chalk colors if you wanted to. I can take a little bit and tap it out on my board like that, and then take my lighter blue and tap it out, and I can absolutely blend those two together to get a different tone or hue of blue. So I kind of do that sometimes. I'll take my base color that I have right here, and I will coat my flower and then pick up some of that different color. Oh yeah, I like this lighter blue better. I like the light blue better. Oh yeah, the light blue is so much prettier. Okay. Now, because I don't like white edges, I'm going to flip this over and do the back side also. Cindy, I think it's your weather, hun, because for the first time today, my computer is cooperating with me. All right, so you see that I'm just coating that, and I don't care how my fingers are looking. I do care that I can't pick up the chalks. Okay, so I'm just going to rub that in, and I'm going to flip my applicator over, and I'm going to just keep rubbing that in so that I get a nice blend between the yellow and the blue right up the flower. See that? Hope you guys can see that. All right. So there's one. I like this so much better than that first blue. So that's the first blue. The blue's a little bit like denim. I like this one a little bit better. Okay. So we got one. So the rest of them are not going to be as hard to do. I actually do them kind of all at one time because it just makes it easier. But then I'm going to show you another little tip and trick that I use. All right, so here's our chalks, our light blue. It does give it a very, I was going to say chalky finish, but I think that would be apropos. It does give it a chalky finish. And with that texture from the cardstock, it just makes it look so much more natural and realistic. See how easy that is? I'm just coating the whole flower. Love that blue. Okay, it's time to flip. Just to coat you guys on both sides. Another reason that I am blending it into the paper is because when I handle it, I want to make sure that it's not going to all rub off on my hands or on my fingertips. So as I'm shaping the flowers, I want to make sure that none of this color wears off on, you know, some of it will, and that's okay, but you know, I want it to stay vibrant. So I always rub it into the paper so that I can make sure that it stays on the paper, you know. All right. There we go. Let's get these flipped over, and then we're going to do our little bit of yellow. Just a smidge in the center. Again, I'm going to flip it over and rub it up the edges of the flower just so that we don't have that little space. Okay. Here we go. Flip it over, rub it up the edges of the petal so that it kind of blends. You don't want it to look like a big clump in the middle, which is kind of what it looks like, but it's okay. If you think it's too much, just go back over it with the blue. And then I'll show you a cute little trick. If you don't, oops, don't do that cord. Give me one quick second. Let me find what I'm looking for here. I hope I can find it. It was here earlier. Oh my goodness, you guys. I hate not having my stuff at my fingertips. You know, sometimes I have it right there and I grab it, and then other times it is not there. And this is one of those times when I think it's there, but it's not. Maybe it's in the other drawer. All right, give me 1 second, guys, because there's something I really want to show you. If I can't find it, it's not a loss, but it would really be interesting if I could find it. Here it is. Okay. So if you find that you have maybe like on this one right here where I've smudged too much yellow on there, I can just take my eraser and I can erase that chalk right off of there. See that? Look at that. So I can just take it and start over again. That's one thing I do love about chalks. I love, love, love the fact that I can just take it and erase it off and redo it. See that? There we go. All right. It's important that you kind of keep your area free of colors, because the chalk does mix with other colors, and if you don't want your yellows and blues making green, then, you know, make sure that you keep your colors separate and keep all of that excess dust off of your work surface. All right, so I'm just taking some of these pieces here. Now our buds are going to be a little bit darker because guess what? They haven't quite opened yet. And so they need to be a little bit more dark than the blue that we're working with. So these guys are going to be a little bit darker. I can't wait to get the heart dyed. Do you know how long it will take to get to me? It should be there before Valentine's Day. There we go. All right, so I'm going to do my littlest ones. There we go. These guys. But see how easy it is? I mean, when you're just coloring this for the color of the chalk, it's not hard. You know, we're not trying to, we're not trying to make it perfect. Well, I am, but Mother Nature does not try to make it perfect. There we go. I love this blue. Oh my goodness. I don't know why I don't use my chalks more often. I love them. Okay, so I'm going to flip them over because obviously I don't like white backs, especially if I'm shaping them. I want to make sure that I have... And you guys, if your chalks break, don't worry about it. They still work. I had somebody that told me, oh, my pan pastel broke, so I threw it away. I was like, oh, no, don't throw it away. You wouldn't throw your favorite eyeshadow away, would you? It's the same kind of thing. Don't, if it breaks up like that, it's okay. It still works. Chalks are a love-hate relationship, I think. You gotta be okay getting messy. Because chalks are very, very dusty and they do get everywhere. But, if you love the look of the chalks, then it doesn't matter. You'll put up with the dust and the dirt. There we go. All right. So I think I'm going to use that teal color here for the buds. I think that's going to be just dark enough that... that it'll look like, it may be too dark. We may have to add some of our light blue to it. Because I want these buds to look a little bit darker than the regular ones. Yeah, I like that one a little bit better. Okay. I'm going to just pat those just like that. Just blending in some of that chalk. There we go. I think that looks amazing. All right, now we got to flip them over and do the other side. Well, these I don't have to because you're definitely not going to see the backs of those. All right. Now we need to add a little bit of yellow. And then we're off to the races with the green. There we go. All right, I flipped them all back over, and now let's get some of that yellow in here. Just a touch, especially on these little ones. I don't want it to overpower the blue on these little ones. Okay, there we go. Maybe a little bit of gold too. Why not put a little bit of gold in there? That's going to make it be a little bit shiny. That's kind of cool. A little bit of gold in the middle, why not? Now, I will tell you, this look is not for everybody. I know some of you are probably going, oh, I don't know if I like that. It's okay, I promise. If you don't like it, then you color them with whatever medium you like. Oil paints, pastels, chalks, whatever you want. You are the artist, and you make them what you want to make them. Okay, so I'm just dusting off my mat here because I'm going to get to some green, and I don't want the blue and green to mix together. So I have some greens here. Come on, blues. All right, here we go. I have a lighter green and a darker green. So I'm going to coat these leaves in the lighter green, and then I'm going to go back over them and blend in some of the darker green. I had a lot of people the first time I taught a class on chalks, they had no idea that chalks could blend like ink. And I said, oh yeah, chalks and inks work very similarly. Here we go. We have our little leaf here that we glued together. Let me get another applicator. All right. So I'm going to take my light green. It's kind of a very vibrant green, but it's good for doing the background of the leaf. And you'll see what I mean here in a moment. Oops, get back here. There we go. There we go. Da, da, da. All right. Do this whole thing right here in green. I love these pastels. Pan pastels, in my estimation, are the best chalks there are. They're nice and smooth and soft, so when you try to blend with them, you don't have to worry about using them all over. I'm going to show you, we're going to use the chalks all the way today. All the way. Again, we don't want our backs to be white. Right, so we're just gonna rub some of that green on there to make sure that when we glue it down and we shape our flowers, that if there's any white showing, we don't want our leaves to be all white. Green on one side, white on the other. That's all right, Diane. We'll fill you up. We'll get you up to speed. Won't we, ladies? And gents. I have to say ladies and gentlemen. There we go. Now see, I could have done this ahead of time, but what fun would it be for you if I did this ahead of time? You wouldn't get to see how messy it is. Especially since I don't like things like this on my fingers. You guys have got to be saying, but Joyce, why did you do that if you don't like the mess? All right, so here is my darker green, and I do want to show you. Look at how beautifully these two blended together. See that? So when I go over this, I'm going to go just over the parts that I think should be darker, like maybe the stems. There we go. The stem. And maybe these little flower buds here because they're not quite old enough. Oh, come on. I like working with them too. I haven't done it in a long time. I don't know why. I just didn't I just haven't gotten them out and done anything with them. So I'm so glad that we're doing this tonight because I have not gotten out my chalks and played with them in so long that I've almost forgotten how. All right, let's turn everybody back over on the right side. When I say right side, the correct side, I mean the side that we ran it through the die cut machine. All right, I'm just gonna like go along the outer edge of some of these. Some of them are gonna be on one side, some are gonna be on the other, some are just gonna be at the tips because I can do that. They blend, they're good. There we go. Beautiful, beautiful. Now there will still be some inking on this just because I like to have that next layer of color on there, but I'm going to definitely blend these in first. Okay. And by blending them in, you see that I'm just kind of taking some of that other green and I'm making sure that that dark color does not look too obtrusive. There we go. I think everybody is ready. All right. Alrighty-roo. Let me put these. So I just want to make sure that all of my chalks are closed because it will be my luck that I will spill them everywhere and we will have a big chalky mess. So I'm going to set these aside. I'm going to move my flowers for the time being because we want to work on our background. Okay. I'm going to set these right over here for just a moment. Clean up our little chalky mess. All right, and we are going to do a total chalk card. Totally chalk today. All right, so here is my background paper. This is from the, there we go. This is from the paper set. Oh, I almost forgot about the centers. I got to do the centers. Okay. So when I told you that we're going to use the centers or some inking on here, we are going to do that. However, since I just cleared off my chalky mess, I'm going to go ahead with the background, and then we will work on the centers in a moment. Okay. So don't let me forget those. All right. So I have, like I said, some purple, but there's a beautiful flourish that comes with the set. See this right here? I absolutely love that. I know it is so soft and pastel-y, and you could shabby it up, you can vintage it up. It does not matter. I think it would fit with every theme. All right, now here's my secret tip. My secret tip is you need to use Versamark on this, okay? Let me grab the Versamark. Okay. So I'm just going to create a kind of background, just random. I'm just taking my Versamark here, and I'm just going to maybe put one of these flourishes here. Okay. Then I'm gonna do one kind of off the paper right there, and I don't know, maybe one over the flowers here. Okay. Love the flourish. All right, now, seeing as how I have a really pretty set of pastels here, I think I'm going to go with this purple kind of metallic-y chalk color. And I'm going to grab one of my blending brushes. Here we go. I have one for purple. Now the reason I'm doing this, I want to show you, is because with this technique right here that I'm using the Versamark with, you have to get the little sponge on there first, you little stinker. Okay. So you can't rub it on, or you're going to rub it into the whole card. So what I'm doing is I'm just going to tap it on until I have covered. See how that flourish is just showing up under the chalk? Isn't that beautiful? And you can see how gorgeous that flourish is going to be in the background. So again, I'm not rubbing it because I don't want to rub it into the card, you know, the cardstock. So I can only see it in the light, you know, where I have my light shining on it, because the Versamark is clear. So I kind of have to do it at an angle so I can see where I stamped it. Here's some over here. Isn't that gorgeous how that's just showing up? It's kind of like magic. All right, let's make sure we've gotten all nope, there's some over here. There we go. And you see that I'm just tapping. I am not rubbing it. I do not want to rub it into the cardstock. I just want to tap it and make sure that it just ever so sweetly and gently shows up. There we go. And I'll get the rest of it off of the cardstock. Not a problem. Not going to hurt anything. Look at that. Look how pretty that is. Oh my gosh, you can just see it. Just barely. I want to make sure that everybody is covered. All the kids in the pool. See, I lost a little flourish over there because I didn't see it. All right, now I got it. I got you, little bugger. And the more that I put on here, the more times I tap my chalk onto this, the darker it becomes. And it just looks so beautiful. So, so beautiful. Okay, now I'm going to take my brush and I'm going to gently brush away. That's why I said don't rub, because if you rub, it's not going to gently come off of the cardstock like that, okay? So now you guys see how I have that chalk just kind of hiding in there a little bit? I think that's gorgeous. It adds a little bit of zhuzh to the background. Not a whole lot, but enough. And if you don't like the metallic look, then just tap a little bit of the matte on there. It gives it another dimension anyway, because some of it is shiny, some of it's matte. It just kind of looks cool. And then of course you take your brush again and just kind of rub it off, and then it stays there. So how beautiful is that? I keep having to wipe my fingertips because my fingers are so chalky that I don't want to touch anything. And then, you know, so the next thing I want to do is I want to add a little of that shabby embossing powder on here. So let me go grab it. Maybe we'll do a little bit of yeah, okay. So you guys are gonna die when I show you this, all right? You're just absolutely gonna be like, Joyce, are you serious? Okay, so you know how normally we hold embossing powder on with chalks? I mean with Versamark? Well, tonight I'm going to hold embossing powder on with water. I know you guys are going to be like, Joyce, what? Shut the front door. Yes, ma'am. I'm telling you, I am going to sprinkle this powder onto my card, and it is going to stick to the water. It's going to find the water on the card, and it's going to stick to it. And that is kind of what helps this look so random, because you know the water droplets are. Then you're going to take your heat tool and you're going to heat it up. Most of this is going to blow off when I use my heat tool, but it's okay. So I'm going to go underneath. And then I'm going to turn it down on low, and I'm going to bring my heat tool down ever so gently. There's a nice spot. What has happened? I've made a mess is what's happened. I swear it worked the other day. No, it does work. I just have to get the powder on there. quicker than the water can dry. There we go. Now it's working. Now it's working. You kind of have to spritz and sit. Spritz and sits. And I'm making an ever-loving mess out of this. I don't want it to melt on my board. Okay. I promise you, it worked the other day. That's how I got it to stay on. All right. We're going to just do some Versamark. How about that? Get doink, get doink, get doink, get doink. There. Okay. Versamark. All right. And I'm just going to heat this from the bottom to make it start setting easy. There we go. Don't worry about if most of it blows off. It's okay. I want the gold to stay on there anyway. There we go. Now it's starting to do it. Goodness gracious. Now the white is starting to show up. These big granules don't like to melt very quickly, and so they end up blowing off of the page. There we go. Now we're starting to get somewhere. Now we're starting to get somewhere. Okay. Now you can see our white sprinkles on there, which is really nice. There we go. And I'm going to flip this over just to dry the page and bring it back to straight shape. Okay. That was a lot of work. It's not usually like that. But you know, something has to go wrong, because if it doesn't, then you'll think that I did this ahead of time and recorded it. So, you know, something has to go wrong, or else it wouldn't be a live broadcast, right? All right. Oh, glitter. Ew, ew, ew. Okay. Here we go. Gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Okay, so let's shape our flowers. We'll set this aside for right now. Let's get our flowers shaped. Of course, now I got glitter everywhere. Alan's doing good, Anne. Thank you for asking. He went back to work, so I'm assuming that he is doing well. He's really tired yesterday and today, but he's doing good. Okay, so now we have our leaves all colored. We're going to put those right here. Here we are. And now we're going to shape our flowers. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Before we shape the flowers, though, I need to stamp the centers. You guys almost let me forget to stamp the centers. We cannot forget that, because that is like the most gorgeous part of the stinking flower, is the center. And it's so easy with the stamps. I'm literally just going to lay them out and stamp, 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 stamp. And I'm going to use a yellow color, just a regular ink color, yellow. Probably a dark one like mango. There we go. And I'm just going to take this flower center stamp, that's what it looks like, and I'm going to stamp it in the center of the flower. Right over top of the chalk. It's not going to hurt anything. There we go. Now there is a smaller one that I will probably use for the other, because you don't want great big, you know, flower centers in little tiny flowers. It is called the Shabby White. Sorry, guys. Okay. And this is as small as this flower center is. So we're good. We got everybody stamped. Oh my gosh, look how fast the time has gone. Oh. See, I even said don't talk a lot in the beginning because you're going to not have time. If we go over, I'm sure you guys don't mind, do you? All right, so I'm going to start with my largest flower first. Here we go. And I'm just going to take my ball stylus and I'm going to just run it down the center. That one is not, it's got something on the tip of it. There we go. I'm just going to run this down the center and it kind of curls up those petals. I know the chalk is coming off on the back, but don't worry. Don't worry. It'll be fine. All right, so we got that one. There we go. That's why I said rub it into the paper, right? There we go. There's the second one. How easy is this, you guys? I'm serious. If you can't do these flowers with a ball stylus, then I don't know what we can do. All right, there's that one. Get over here. Everybody play nice, please. There we go. Do-do-do. Here we go. And you see I'm just kind of rubbing that ball stylus a little bit down the petals and they're popping right up. Michelle says, take all the time you need. We'll still be here. I know, but I think there's a program on that people watch at this hour. All right, you see these little ones that I've got right here? This is not going to take much shaping at all. All I'm going to do is just kind of rub their little tummies and just kind of make them. That's it. That's all there is to the little flowers that go into this part. Okay, now these guys, I'm going to turn them over on the back side because I want them to have a little bit of a, you know, like ball shape to them. So I'm going to take my little tiny ball stylus and I'm going to come right behind the emboss line. Oops. You don't want to push too hard or you go right through it. And I'm just going to bring those in and cup them up just a little bit. Okay, so they'll glue right down onto the card like a bubble. And that's what's really cool. Okay, and these little guys I don't have to do anything with. So I think we're good. We just got the green on the back just for our leaves. And again, with the leaves, all I'm going to do is take one of my alcohol markers. And you see these white center lines right here? I'm just going to take my marker and just go right over this line just to give it a little bit more definition. Okay? And I might even shade these a little bit just to add a little bit more. Why not? I can do that because I'm the boss. I'm the boss. All right, there we go. That looks gooder than enough for me. And now I'm just going to take my green dauber here because I really, really like the green on the edge. So even though I've colored these with chalk, I still want to add a little zhuzh to it just to give it a little bit more definition. Okay? Because you can never have too much green on a green leaf. Especially when there's white edges. I don't like white edges. All right, here we go. Gorgeous, gorgeous. Now you see what I mean about all the abuse that this stem is going to take and the weight that it has to carry. That's why I like to double these. Just makes it look a little bit better. All right, now I'm going to take my small ball stylus and I'm going to go right down the center of that leaf. And I'm going to need to press a little harder because, you know, this is going through 2 layers of paper. There we go. And then I'm going to flip this one over and I'm just going to press down to make these kind of bubble up a little bit. That's all there is to it. Then I'm going to take my tweezers, just like I've shown many times before, and I'm going to put that right on the center line and just bend it for some added beauty. Alrighty, there we go. Perfect. Okay, so we got all of our little petals off of here. Okay, there we go. I'm going to remove this from our background. Here's our card. As wrinkled and awful as it looks, don't worry about it. We're going to put some foam on it. It's going to look fine. Let me grab my foam tape. All right. I'm just going to go all the way around because guess what? We want this to pop up. There we go. Get my skizzers. All right, and then I'm going to put a piece across the back side. Like I said, it's not going to bother anything that it was all wrinkled because now when it sits down on the card, it's going to be gorgeous. So I think since we have blue and purple, we should find some sort of color that will go with this as a background. So let me look and see what colors of paper I have in the tonic. Mirror card and blue, green, dark blue. That's too much. That's much too much. What about a Marina Mist? Nah. Let's just go with gold. You can't go wrong with gold. This is kind of a yellowy gold, so I think that will look... Actually, it's almost too much yellow. Let's find a gold. Alright, let's see. Oh, that's kind of pretty. But I don't think that will go with the blue. Darn it! Okay. Strike 2. You're out. So I tell you what. Let's go with a... Nope, I don't like that either. How about let's just go with black? Black matches everything. There we go. We'll just go with a little black. And then we don't have to worry about it. All right, so that card stock is 5.5 by 5.5, and so this one's going to have to be 5 3/4 by 5 3/4. There we are. All right, let's get our card base. So we're going to have something that looks like this. We're going to have white, and then we're going to have black, and then we're going to have this piece, and then we're going to have our flowers. What do y'all think? All right, let's go ahead and get this glued on. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. All right, we're just going to peel this off. Oh look, my hair is stuck to it. Come on, there we go. All right, you guys be thinking of a good number, because I feel like this card needs to belong to somebody tonight. I think somebody needs to have this card go live with them on their shelf in their craft room. Now, I'm only going to get one shot at getting this on straight, so I might as well. So y'all be thinking of a number. Heather, can you please pick a number for us? And I think I'm going to do that right there. Let's see. With love, hello, thank you, celebrate, spring blessings. How about if we just do hello? Hi, Pat. I didn't see you on there. Yes, please pick a number. I need another block. Now, there are some little cutouts. Let's see. I like this too. Since there's some purple in there, we're going to actually put a little bit of the purple pieces. The purple pieces from the filler flowers. We're going to put those in there. I made these ahead of time. There's this really pretty stamped thing we can put our sentiment on. It just simply says hello. Can put that right down there at the bottom. So I think that I'm going to do that. So let's see. I'm going to put these flowers kind of at an angle. And then I'm going to grab some of my filler. That doesn't match. Let's see. Ooh, I like this one. That one will be nice to kind of put behind it. Yeah, look at that. That's going to be beautiful. Kind of behind it. There we go. And then maybe some of this purple frilly stuff hanging out in the background. Maybe one there, and oh, I don't know, say one coming out back here somewhere maybe. This is why yes, okay. All right, now with this one, with these three little pieces right here, these actually, let me get my, between 1 and 100. All right, so these are what the little cupped flowers are going to, oh, the glue came out too fast. This is what the cupped flowers are going to hang on to. See that? And I usually just turn it over. It just makes it easier to do it upside down than to try to hold on to it and make sure it's in the background where it's supposed to be. And so I just glue it right down to here. And when I turn it over, you will see. All right, give that 1 second. Okay. So here's my little tiny pieces, and they go back here. To me, these kind of look like ovaries. I don't know why. I just think they do. So I'm just going to put a little bit of glue right here. And I'll show you what these look like. See, isn't that pretty? And then these just fit on here like this. Just like that. They're real tiny, really elegant, and they're quite challenging to get on sometimes. But you just do your best. And if they're not straight, that's okay. It'll be all right. Look at that. Isn't that pretty already? We haven't done anything to it just about. All right. So again, just like I said today on the ECD Live, I never ever put glue on the leaves themselves. I only put it down the stem because that's the only part that I want to stay glued to the card. I want the rest of it to kind of be sticking up because then I, can manipulate my flowers any way that I want to. So I'm going to put this. There we go. All right, one other thing that I forgot to do quick is I wanted to ink the edges of my blue flowers. So I'm going to use this Tropical Punch. I think, if this is not too dark. Ooh, that is really dark. Okay, well, I'm not going to use that one then. I probably need the navy. That one is really dark for that one. Let's try Gumball. I think Gumball will be okay. Ooh, that is really dark. Thank you, Eva. I hope I'm not keeping you guys up past your bedtimes. I am so sorry that we are running late, but I really, really wanted you guys to see gorgeous flowers and how easy they are to. The chalk is kind of sucking up the color, but that's okay. There we go. All right, now I'm only going to put glue again in the center, and I'm going to make sure that it is glued down only in the center. That way my petals can come up like that. Okay. I'm going to stick another one kind of under this guy. Now there's no stem right there. I'm just making this up. There's no stem outlet for me to put that on there. So, I can do that. What you making for dinner, Ann? There we go. We're just putting that kind of right there. There we go. We're going to take our little flowers, maybe kind of put one down here. There's one. We can just stagger these anywhere we want. I want to make sure that these little guys are visible. Put another little flower right there, one up here. I've got some extra leaves, so I can just put them in anywhere I'd like. Ooh, your birdhouse. We're having leftovers. Wednesday is our leftover day too. Um, I always tell the boys that Wednesday is fend for yourself day because I want to make sure that all those leftovers get eaten. You know what? I think I'm going to put some of this in here because I just think that is so pretty, kind of hiding behind this thing, kind of like a ivy maybe. Yeah, I like that. Okay, so I'm just gonna snip that off because I want it to be hidden behind my flowers. Maybe not there. Maybe not there. I have to decide what I want. Okay, that one's okay. Again, just a little bit of glue. Nothing, spectacular because you don't want to over glue. And I'm just kind of hiding that behind there. Very pretty. And I want my leaves to, I love the fillers. I always try to hide it behind something so that you can't see the stem. But guess what? If you find that you can't hide it, then cut it off. It's okay. See? Just snip it off. You think they wouldn't do that in a florist shop? Oh, yes, they would. All right, so got another leaf here. So we can add another leaf behind here, maybe. Yepper. You get to be Mother Nature. I love hominy. I love hominy. Hominy is good. Okay. Let's see. I think we should put our nameplate on here. With our hello. I might not even use that. I might just stamp the hello right on the card. Or maybe I cut off some of the really super stark. Let's cut off some of that white. I could use a banner. I could put a banner on there. Sorry guys, I'm going way over time today. But I want to make this card beautiful for whoever is going to win it. Whoever is going to win. I want it to be gorgeous. You know what? I still don't like it. Oh well, sometimes that happens, you guys. I'm sorry to say. But sometimes you just don't like it. I just can't do it. Sometimes you just cannot make it happen. And tonight is one of those times when you just cannot make it happen. I am just not liking that right there. And so I'm going to tuck that in. It's looking like a leaf coming out of there. I kind of like this little sprig here. This can be hiding under one of these. I don't like that one too much. Nope, nope, nope. Okay. One more leaf. Maybe we need a little leaf. That's what I'm thinking, a little one. Kind of tucked in there maybe. Yes, I like that a little bit better. Just the tiniest little bit of glue, guys. You don't need a whole bunch. There we go. Let's put a couple more leaves in here. And then I think I'm going to just stamp that image right on the hello, right up on the card itself. And I forgot to do my centers. Oh my hell. Guys, I am so far behind tonight. Sorry, sorry, sorry. There we go. Oh, I don't like that. Oh well. Leave well enough alone. Love these little, I need one more little leaf under there. Under here. To make it look like it's there we go. And we're just going to